Welcome to the first edition of the Penthouse podcast. I'm Bill Michaels. Got my buddy Mike Clemens here. No, Hugh Hefner's nowhere near involved.
Can you say that?
No, he's never
Penthouse
involved in this
podcast.
So this is where we are. This is where we're staying. We'll give you a different view each night. But day one was fantastic. We ran South Beach a little bit last night, had a great dinner, relaxed a little bit after the fact.
Ocean Drive, the famous line of restaurants and clubs like the Clevelander there, a Carlisle. We had a great restaurant. We just an open air cafe right on the sidewalk, seafood. The beach is just right across the street. The networks are all set up there, NFL Network, ESPN, and just people enjoy, that's the way to enjoy Miami.
It was a great time last night. Saw Versace's house.
Then the Versace mansion is right there too, which has now been turned into a full-time restaurant.
Yeah, full-time restaurant, museum, everything. So we got a chance to see that last night. We all know that famous story when Cunanan ended up assassinating Versace right there on the stairs, came right across the street, up from the beach, then took off, ran down the street, got out of the parking garage, the whole thing, and eventually, did himself in.
A lot of history.
Yeah, a lot of history right there. So then today comes, we had a chance, we had to visit Skyline. Being from Cincinnati from years ago, Skyline Chili, there's one down here, so we found it in Fort Lauderdale. We drove 30 minutes, but oh my God.
So your family knew the family that started this famous chili place in Cincinnati, Skyline, and then when they retired,
right,
they opened a couple down in Fort Lauderdale.
And they came here, and inside the restaurant, which was so cool, was we walked in, and I know it from being there for years and years and years. So when we get inside, they got pennants from all the local high schools where this started. In Cincinnati.
Reds and Bengals.
Reds and Bengals stuff.
Hey, Bill, and they had Elder High School, where he played football, where they had his high school. They had one of their pennants up there too. That was really cool.
It was really neat.
That would be like a Milwaukee place that had Pulaski and all the Milwaukee schools in it.
South High School and all that stuff. Yeah, so no doubt. We had a good time. Then from there we went to the stadium. Showed up over at, now it's called Hard Rock. We knew it as Joe Robbie, then it was Pro Player, then it was Landshark Stadium where Jimmy Buffett got involved, and now it's Hard Rock Stadium. It's beautiful. But they really didn't let us too close to it because security has got that thing on lockdown now.
Yeah, they wouldn't let us go in to just take pictures and all. It's just for setups and for security reasons. Now, tomorrow night the players, the Chiefs and the 49ers arrived in Miami tonight, Miami International. Monday night then is what they call opening night. It's media day where you'd see the players hanging out at the stadium. They've moved that to Monday nights the last couple of years. It's a primetime TV show on the NFL Network. So we'll be there and interviewing the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, and the guys from the 49ers. But they're going to do it at the Marlins Stadium. Which, now, if I'm not mistaken, you can see
the Marlins Stadium's in the background. You can see like a dome back there. Maybe you may be able to see the dome back there.
We're on the 30th floor up here. It's
we are
crazy.
We are in a nice place. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, we're looking down at the seagulls flying around. That's what we're talking about.
On a note today, we get set up at Radio Row, and as we're standing in line to go through security at Radio Row, we get word that Kobe Bryant's helicopter had gone down.
One of the fans, a guy here, a father with his family, they're going to take his children through the NFL experience and all the displays and the players they bring in for autographs, and he goes, Kobe Bryant's dead? A helicopter crash? Yeah. And everybody started, getting out their cell phones to look up the details. And I mean, everyone's here for football, but we're all thinking about Kobe and the NBA today.
Yeah, it was a somber setup day over on Radio Row, where normally it's buzzing and a lot of hugs and high fives. And it's kind of like a reunion because we all get a chance to see each other at this time every year.
I know it's funny, even when we're walking out of the media center, guys from other stations from around the country, Bill Michaels, because they go to this guy for the setup tips now.
Yeah.
They're usually the first to arrive.
Our guy from the Baltimore Ravens.
I think people will be surprised. Bill's pretty good at the high-tech stuff.
Our guy with the Baltimore Ravens knew us right away. The guy that runs all of NFL.
The PR director for the team.
Yeah, the guy that runs all of the NFL for check-in, for media credentialing for the NFL.
He used to work for the Packers. Zach, he's going to help us out.
Zach Gilbert, who used to work up at the Packers, like Mike said, now works at the NFL. So we got a chance to see a lot of people. Tony Bruno.
Tony
Bruno. Years gone by. Tony Bruno walked in with us today.
Yeah, we used to be on our station on 1250 at nights and all that. So, that's it too. Is that we're reminded that this is a chance for us to talk to the PR directors from the other teams, from the guys from the stations around the country, just kind of collectively talk about how the season went, where the things are going, and we learn new ways to reach out to listeners. Doing that as well.
Then we had a chance to do a little shopping today, and tomorrow we get at it. Tomorrow begins work, and then we get word today. Greg Jennings calls us and said, can I come on? So we got former Green Bay Packer wide receiver Greg Jennings coming on Tuesday. So he'll be with us. And then
so you'll be interviewing all these celebs like you do every year, these great stories at Radio Row in the NFL headquarters. And I'll be going to the AFC and the NFC team hotels talking to the players and the coaches from the Chiefs and the 49ers. A lot of these guys sometimes with Packers connections, and you get a lot of behind-the-scenes stories the week of the Super Bowl.
So behind-the-scenes stories, okay, we'll tell you one quickly, is the other night, last night, we were over on South Beach, and I just wanted to sit down and have a beverage and then come back here and do basically nothing. And I don't know if we got a picture of it, but I think we do. I think I have my fist next to it. They brought me a margarita, and how big was it?
It's like 2 pitchers worth.
I needed a snorkel. We had a great time. We had a great time. So we ended up having a few last night.
Laughing and giggling.
And we ended up hanging out and having a cigar and coming up and getting some sleep. And
man, it's been a long football season.
Yeah, it has.
So for one night we got a little fun in and we met some great people too here. We're here in this wonderful condo, and they've got these pools down there and hot tubs. So we go and chill out for that to call it a night. We meet 3 women, one who went to UW-Madison and now is a surgeon down
Packers
here in
fans,
Miami.
yeah.
Packer fans.
Yeah.
And then she finds out who this guy is. Like, oh, my family listens to them all the time.
Yeah.
So they're all excited. And now we got invites for dinner to
Yeah.
see them and all that. So.
There's Packers fans everywhere.
Yeah.
So we've had a blast. This is only day 1 technically for us. So tomorrow we start the show. Tomorrow we're going to see a lot more. We'll send you more pictures, more videos. But that's it from the Penthouse.
Yeah, we're having a good time, okay? We're having a good time. And you can come along.
And we're going to take you along with us. Tomorrow night, opening night, we will have a lot of video for you tomorrow night, so be looking for that as both teams are introduced to the public. They're introduced to the media over at Marlins Park just behind us. So until tomorrow night, this is the Penthouse Podcast.